So since the price of Bitcoin is finally breaking above this key line of resistance, I'm sure you guys want to find out what is going to happen next with price action of Bitcoin, because the line, which was one of the strongest line of resistance around 21,500, 21,600, has already been broken. And now what we need is this resistance to be flipped into support, because by doing that we are going to invalidate this bearishness or fake out scenario, because we know breaking the previous temporary line, coming back to retest it, finding support above that usually gives a confirmation of this trend continuation. And now guys, if you look at this one example here, the Williams alligator indicator might also be flashing this bullish crossover very soon, because right now the only confirmation what we require is this from Williams alligator indicator, because MACD is already a bullish MACD cross. RSI line is clearly above 50 level. Even the T3 CCI indicator is in a positive territory. So this 3 indicator is already confirming it. That's why this Williams alligator could be also turning bullish very soon. So right now what we want the price of Bitcoin to do is to stay above this 21,500, 21,600 at any cost, because staying above the previous temporary race line will trigger another bullishness, and that will be happening as soon as we see the Williams alligator indicator also giving us this final confirmation. Beside this example guys, if you look at this one here, yesterday we talked about this Bollinger Band squeeze, and now according to this Bollinger Band, since the price of Bitcoin is testing the upper band area, we are already aware guys, in the past price action, breaking above the upper band has led to some massive movement here in price action of Bitcoin. So if we look at this example after this Bollinger Band squeeze, once the price of Bitcoin was able to break above this upper band area, after that we had this bullishness and also this trend continuation here to the upside. But when we broke the lower band area, for example, if you look at this one here, when we broke the lower band area, we also started with this downward price movement. So right now, since the price of Bitcoin is testing the upper band area, breaking this upper band could also trigger another bullishness. But we are aware to continue this movement here to the upside, first we have to flip this previous temporary race line into support, and also on our way there is one very important line of resistance for us right now. Let me show you that here. So if we look at this price action in a weekly time frame, in a weekly we were aware the previous temporary support line, the 200 weekly SMA, is right now one of the most important resistance line after this 21,500, 21,600. Why? Because we have found out in the past price action, whenever the price of Bitcoin has tested this 200 weekly SMA, after that we have seen a very nice impulsive price movement. So since the price of Bitcoin is below it, the same line could be acting as a resistance during this uptrend. So that's why guys, that's why this 200 weekly SMA, which right now is sitting around 22,700, could be our next potential target, and also the area where we could be finding some resistance, because this line has always been one of the most important line of support for Bitcoin in past price action. So that line around 22,700 could be acting as a resistance during this uptrend. So we will be monitoring this price range very carefully, because right now guys, according to the CPI indicator, the price of Bitcoin has not just only broken the support or the neckline area, because if we look at this one here, double bottom, right? I saw one comment stating that this could be also called as a triple bottom. You are right, you can also call this as a triple bottom. But for us, yesterday, the most important part was not the support line, but the resistance line, which was around 21,500, 21,600. So since we are above this neckline area from triple bottom, double bottom, even the bottom CPI line, you can see this bottom CPI line was one of the very important line of resistance. And now since the price of Bitcoin is above it, we need this bottom CPI line to flip into support in case the price of Bitcoin is coming back to retest around that area. So that's why guys, since the price has already broken the key line of resistance, if we are going to find a proper support above that, then according to the CPI line, you can see the central CPI line is still open, and also the top CPI line, the central CPI line right now is lying around 23,000, and the top CPI line is around 24,700, 24,800 price area. So as soon as the price is able to break above this key line of resistance, which is also right now going to be acting as a resistance around 22,700, then our price target is going to be 23,160 and also 24,700 price area before the price of Bitcoin chooses an actual trend duration. And now let me also show you this one very interesting scenario which is playing out right now with price action of Bitcoin. So let me show you this very interesting price movement which could be unfolding right now here in price action of Bitcoin. If I would take this falling trend line here, this is in a daily time frame. You can see, guys, this here is a falling trend line. We have found out the price of Bitcoin during this downtrend has also shown this relief rally, but once the price approached around this falling trend line, we got a rejection, and as soon as we broke the support from this rising trend line, we started this downward price movement. What we are going to do, we are going to add another rising trend line just like here. And what I am going to do is I am going to add another falling trend line from here. Why? Because we can see, guys, this line here was an important line of resistance. Each and every time the price tested around this falling trend line, we got a rejection, but once we were above it, came back to retest it, the same line along with this rising trend line acted as a support, and the price of Bitcoin showed this relief rally where we got gravitated towards this falling trend line, got a rejection from this falling trend line, saw a price reversal, also failing to find support at this rising trend line, led to a bigger price pullback. And now what could be also unfolding is another very similar scenario, because if I would add a falling trend line here in this manner, then you can see just like here, guys, just like this falling trend line, right now the price of Bitcoin could be also getting gravitated around this trend line. So this falling trend line is the area where we could be potentially getting gravitated, and breaking that, you can see breaking that led to a bullishness, even a fake out price retesting the previous temporary resistance line, consolidating and showing this bullishness towards this bigger falling trend line. So right now what I'm trying to show you here is that the price of Bitcoin could be also showing a very, very similar scenario. I mean, we could be showing this bullishness, right? Price testing the smaller falling trend line, and then again a movement, a final movement towards this bigger falling trend line before choosing an actual trend direction. So that's why this is also one scenario which could be playing out as long as the price remain above this 21,500, 21,600 for this July month. So these are some of the quick update that I wanted to share with you in today's video, and I'm sure this video was very helpful for you. If that's the case, then please do not forget to destroy that like button, and also for those individuals watching this for the first time, come on, hit that subscribe button and the bell. Now by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye.